scriptures that the first man, Kayumar, when he died, he was killed by Agramania, Ahriman. So when he died, his body was kept kept in the sun for drying. Okay, no mention of vulture is there. The main two elements are water and fire, Atar and Abhan. Now they knew that if they bury the body, it will sort of contaminate the earth and water also. Okay, so this is the concept of groundwater. Okay, you have to remember they were in Persia. उधर बारिश नहीं गिरेगा, थोड़ा ग्राउंड वाटर मिलेगा, उसके ऊपर डिपेंडेंस, द होल सिविलाइजेशन इज डिपेंडिंग. Second thing, fire is their god and they don't want to pollute the fire by burning a dead body. So when vultures eat, they only eat the skin and muscle. The bones fall, that is why it is a well. The center of the well is where all the bones fall. So periodically the Kandis go. The Kandis are what I said, Mahadalit in the Parsis. They go there and they push the bones in the center of the well. Okay, once it comes to a certain level, that tower of silence or Dokma is closed.
My name is Nima, 16 years old, living in a small village in Tibet. I'm free. I usually go to school in the neighboring town. I have nothing to do at school today, so I was thinking of spending a day relaxing.
Nima, your uncle seems to be in danger.
What? My uncle? My father jumped in with impatience and headed to the hospital in a hurry. It was too late when we arrived at the hospital. Uncle was dead.
Rama, still young.
Uncle. He was fine until the other day. He seems to have had a heart attack. Life is short. First, have the monk read the Buddhist sutra? By reading the sutras, it seems that the soul is extracted from the dead. By doing this, the corpse becomes an object that turns into a mere shell. Next, carry the body to the stand on the outskirts of the village. Dad, what is that stand? It's called the Sky Burial Stand. I lay your uncle there. Sky Burial? At this time, I still didn't know what Sky Burial was. Yes, the Sky Burial Master and the Vulture will send your uncle to the heaven. Vultures in heaven? Yes. What does it mean for a bird to send to heaven? I was curious. I asked my dad, Dad, I want to see the Sky Burial. Originally, the family does not accompany the Sky Burial. However, you are already 16 years old and you should know about it, he said with a scowl. He will take me. The Sky Burial is, as the name suggests, a funeral that feeds the body to the birds. What? Let the birds eat? Yes, but this has a profound meaning. Humans are sinful creatures that takes away and eat many lives. My uncle liked meat. There's no choice to live, but he can compensate after he dies. After that, the soul is removed from the body and the body is given to the vultures as an offering. Then, the sin of this world will be purified and the soul can return to heaven. Then, you go to heaven? That's right. However, the actual process was really shocking. As I told you earlier, first, carry the body to the Sky Burial Stand. The Sky Burial Stand is built in a far suburb. Even though it's a stand, it's usually on the ground. The Sky Burial Master will lay the body, place the sacred stone on the head, and tie the neck to a stake. Then, finally cut the dead. In other words, break them apart. Cut more, so that it will be easier for the vultures to eat. Don't do that face. It's what you need to do to get the birds to eat. Purifying his sin is the way my uncle can go to heaven. After cutting, the Sky Burial Master once leaves the body. It will be the turn of a large number of them waiting in the nearby rocky area. Vultures that swarm on the bodies all at once and eat the body. In a really short time, the body becomes bones. The Sky Burial Master reappears at the right time. Crush the bones with a hammer. By doing so, the vulture will eat up to the bones. As I found out later, there are also environmental reasons for the Sky Burial. In the highlands of Tibet, there are few trees and it is difficult to obtain firewood, so it is not possible to cremate. Also, with the cold climate, the activity of microbes in the soil is slow, and even if the body is buried, it will not return to the soil. Sky burial, that looks cruel if you don't know about it, is the most reasonable and wonderful natural burial for us humans living in the highlands. I heard a bird song. Thanks to you, my uncle was able to go to the heavens. I prayed quietly in the house, remembering my energetic uncle who played with me when I was little.
The khandyas or the pallbearers play one of the most important roles in Zoroastrian custom.
The concept of Nasu Salar comes from Vedaodat, one of the books of ancient Avesta, means the law against the demons. And there is the concept of Nashu, the demon in the form of a fly that rushes into the dead body and possesses the dead body after a person's death. So there's a person called Nasu Salar, meaning the person who controls Nashu, has control over the demon who is supposed to take care of the body.
They themselves are supposed to be impure, and as such are not allowed to mix with the rest of the community.
Time when British gave this hillside, because normally these towers of silence were always up on the hill, but the way Mumbai grew, this became really the most prestigious and the most elite residential area of Mumbai. And they have not only one tower, they have several towers, because you know that Parsis are dying faster than they are being born.
And in the middle there is a sort of a well. Around the well there are 3 concentric circles. The innermost circle meant for little babies, the second outermost circle for females, and the outermost one for males.
Dungarwadi is one of the most beautiful places in Bombay. It's green all around, and yet the whole idea that it's where all the death ceremonies take place in that beautiful surrounding is nice and yet unsettling.
This is CNN IBN.
Photographs from inside the Towers of Silence, where the Parsi community in Mumbai disposes of its dead. These forbidden photographs are creating big ripples in the small community. And from her little home in the Marazban Parsi colony, the woman who took them says she's not going to keep silent. 65-year-old Dhan Baria consigned her mother to the towers almost a year ago. So she was shocked to hear from insiders that the body was still rotting slowly.
हमारे जो बॉडीज हैं उसको उठा के ले जाके अंदर रखने वाले उनसे मैंने पूछा कि क्या मम्मा की बॉडीज अंदर खत्म हो गई होगी, तो उन्होंने कहा नहीं मैडम, खत्म क्या होगी, यहाँ तो पड़े रहते हैं बॉडीज अंदर, कई साल तक पड़े रहते हैं। तो मैं तो शौक खा गई एकदम।
Vultures that traditionally prey on the bodies are fast vanishing due to disease. The problem it's creating has resulted in many Parsis asking their leaders to allow cremation or burial on the premises.
आपकी मिसेस जो कल आपके साथ पलंग पे सोई है, आपके बेटे जो कल तक ऑफिस से आके आपके साथ घर में रहते थे, वो अगर कल मर जाए तो उनको यही गंदगी के अंदर, यही नर्क के अंदर आप देख सकेंगे?
But the Panchayat maintains that they cannot go against the wishes of the community's religious leaders.
It's recognized everywhere as one of the best modes of disposal. It does not in any way pollute or vitiate the environment. So why do we change it? Strengthen it.
The Panchayat is launching an inquiry into Baria's security breach that allowed her to take the photographs.
मैं डरती नहीं हूँ, मेरा रोने पीटने वाला कोई नहीं है।
Dignity for the dead. Dhan Baria says that's all she's asking for. But the Towers of Silence are a symbol of Parsi faith and the community's beliefs. But can they ensure that dignity? It's a question that many are now demanding an answer to. In Mumbai, Raksha Shetty.